Here at Indie Wrestling Q&A, this is Jason Neville. This is the new GBW champion, Chainsaw Joe Gacy.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How long have you been in the wrestling business?
Oh, I was asked that the other day. I think I calculated down to, I'm going on 7 years now. Something like that.
Who are you trained by?
Originally trained by DJ Hyde and John Dahmer at the CZW Wrestling Academy. Since then I've traveled to many different schools and different camps and clinics and stuff and learned from a lot of different people.
So, who's been some of your most physical talents you have worked with?
I would say probably top 5, I'll say real quick. Fit Finlay. I wrestled Fit Finlay once. In the same match, Brody Lee, who's now Luke Harper in NXT. Sammy Callahan, Adam Cole, and DJ Hyde, actually, probably.
So have you been physically injured due to pro wrestling?
Yes, yeah, I had a pre-existing injury that I had before wrestling, but wrestling aggravated it, so I actually had to get knee surgery. Apparently when I was younger I tore my meniscus and didn't know that I tore it, excuse me, and then it never healed properly, so I would always have this thing where it like clicked and like my knee would just swell up and I wouldn't be able to walk for a week. So eventually like it went away, and then pretty much one night of training the leg went the wrong way and it did it again, so I'm like, I gotta get this taken care of. Checked it out. Apparently my meniscus got all torn to pieces and was getting stuck in my knee joint. So I had to get that all taken out. So I had knee surgery. I mean, other than that, some scratches, cuts, bumps and bruises. That's really, I guess, the most major thing that's happened to me.
So is there any wrestlers that on TV today that remind you of your character?
I mean, that's kind of tough. I would say, since I actually kind of was in a team with Dean Ambrose, who used to be known as John Moxley at the time. I mean, me and him were kind of similar to an extent, maybe a little different. I mean, the way we maybe carried ourselves in the ring was kind of like the same. Other than that, I mean, my aggressive streak, I would say maybe like Regal, but I'm a big like William Regal fan, so that's probably why I do that. I don't want to say, you know, he's like me. I'm maybe a little more like him than anything.
So, if who would be some of your influences growing up, wrestling-wise?
Growing up influences, actually the man who made me want to be a wrestler was Mick Foley. He was like the one guy. Foley, I mean, The Rock, you know, like I was an Attitude Era kid, so half the dudes in the Attitude Era pretty much is what really captured my attention in wrestling. So Foley really made me want to, you know, do it. As far as influences, I'd say like Foley. As I went in, like Foley and like, I hate to say The Rock, but I mean The Rock. And then now I'm in wrestling, I look at stuff like William Regal, and I'm a big Triple H fan. I've always been a Triple H fan. So I try to, I guess they're my main influences over anything.
So who would be your dream opponent?
It's a tough question because I have a lot of them. I mean, really, in all honesty, I know I keep saying his name, but William Regal would definitely be, I think, my favorite. I mean, I did wrestle Fit Finlay, so that's, the closest I'm probably going to get to Regal, at least right now, anyway. So, I mean, that was an awesome experience, but William Regal probably right now would be my #1 pick for that.
So how many wrestling federations have you wrestled for?
Honestly, I can't even really give you a number. A lot. I mean, mainstays. Like, I've done shows here and there, but I'd say, like, mainstays. Like, I've done Combat Zone, GBW. I was working for a company called Force One for a while. RCW in Maryland. I mean, they're only off the top of my head. A place called NWA Dog. There's been a bunch of places I've worked for. Sad to say I can't remember them all. Some of them were just a one-shot show. I mean, over going on 7 years, I can't really remember every show I've done at this point. I used to keep a book, actually, of shows I've done and matches I've done, but I've stopped doing that for a couple of years now.
So how did you think of your character, Chainsaw Joe Gacy?
Easy answer. I'm a big horror movie fan, big horror buff. Big Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. Started out pretty generic when I started. I was just, Joe Gacy, which I got Gacy from the serial killer, of course. And I was always a fan of like Mankind, McFoley, kind of like, the twisted, weird guy who was kind of crazy. And I mean, when I was younger, I kind of was like, I used to have like an anger problem at one point when I was in high school. I've been a lot mellowed out since wrestling, but like in high school I used to actually have like blackouts and I used to like punch stuff. So I'd say like my characters, I guess kind of modeled after myself in my preteen era, or with a mixture of psychotic people I like to watch in movies, with a mixture of how I am now, plus just being angry all the time.
So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. 5 years. I'm hoping I actually have something hopefully going on right now with Ring of Honor, so that could possibly be happening, which would be awesome. In 5 years, I would like to be one of these places, either Ring of Honor. I'd be happy with any position at Ring of Honor. Dragon Gate USA, or hopefully either TNA or WWE. That's where my goals are. That's what I'm trying to be. In 5 years, hopefully I'll get to one of them places. More realistically, hopefully ROH, but 5 years is a long time. I've come a long way. It's almost 7 years, and I've already come a long way from when I started, so who knows what the future holds.
So do you always play a heel in wrestling?
Most of the time. Occasionally, see buddy, sorry to be.
It's okay.
Occasionally, I'm the babyface, which is a rare occurrence, but I actually have a lot of fun when I get that chance.
So what do you do outside of pro wrestling?
I actually have a lot of interest lately. It's been hard for me to have time for them, but I actually make like movies, like low budget movies, like horror movies and stuff like that. I'm actually writing a web series I might try doing soon. Other than that, I try to work out as much as I can. I go out, bars, clubs. I like to dance, which you probably wouldn't really know that from looking at me, unless you've seen my videos on YouTube. I don't know. I got a girlfriend. Me and her spend a lot of time together. I got friends. Really, when I'm not wrestling, I'm either thinking about movies or I'm thinking about wrestling. So it's like, this is kind of consuming my life, which isn't a bad thing.
2 minutes left.
Alright, so what has been like the top lessons you've learned from pro wrestling?
Top lesson: don't always believe what you hear. This business has taught me a lot about respect and how to gain respect and treat people with respect. If I never learned that at the beginning, I probably would be a well-hated person right now. It taught me a lot of good life lessons like that, and kind of how to conduct business in a business sense rather than kind of just going from show to show and just going out there and wrestling.
So if they made a movie about Chainsaw Joe Gacy, what actor would play? What would the title be?
If I could pick the actor?
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough question. As much as I love Tom Hanks, I don't see him as like a Joe Gacy. But you know what? Maybe he could pull that off.
No.
And the title could be... I don't know, I got nothing. What do you think?
As an actor, I don't know. Maybe who's a big
It
could be like a Rob Zombie film.
I know who. That Vincent D'Onofrio guy. What the heck's his name? He was Edgar from Men in Black, and he's in that SVU show or something. He'd be a good Joe Gacy.
I only watch much TV.
I do.
But maybe like if he was older, maybe Robert.
30
Englund.
seconds.
I'd be good with Robert Englund.
So this includes Indie Wrestling Q&A. Make sure you pick up Joe Gacy's t-shirt.
Yeah.
$20. You can get it at the GBW shows. Where can we find information on Joe Gacy?
Oh, wait, hold on.